Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're talking making dual colored prints like these in Ultimaker Cura. Let's go. So at my high school we're very lucky to have a couple Ultimaker S3 printers, and while they are pricey, they are rock solid. So what I've been doing is using these printers to make little tags for Gridfinity bins. That video will be coming soon. I'm trying really hard to get my classroom nice and organized. Now up until this point, what I've done is I take these files, I make them in Fusion 360, and I make sure that the text and the body are saved as two different components. Once those components are created, what I do is save each individual part as its own 3D print. Now, once those parts are saved as their own STL file, what I've typically done is I put them individually into Ultimaker Cura software, and then I take the time to manually go through and align each individual component together. It's frustrating looking back knowing that there was such an easy solution to this the entire time, so let's talk about that right now. Alright everybody, so we're back at the desk, and what I want to do is just talk briefly about how I organize my files to send over to Cura when I'm ready to print. So what I do and what I talked about previously is that what we want to do is make sure that the body and the actual text itself are saved as different components so that they can be saved as different STL files. Now, the best way that I've found to do that is to turn any bodies that you make into components. That way it's easy for me to differentiate between the different pieces that I would like. Okay, so again, if I'm looking at this piece here, you notice how I have one component for the actual body. When I hide that, it takes away the body, and I have one for the text. Now, if you want to do that and you're not quite sure how that works, okay, what I'm going to do is just create a quick body here. Extrude this out. Do that, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing. Let's just say out to the side a little bit again. That way you can show, or it can easily be seen the differentiation between the two. All right, so now I have two separate bodies. Okay, if I take each of those bodies away, you can see the difference between the two. Now, in order to change these, right click, create components from bodies. Now you have each one as their own individual component, individual piece that I can select when I'm going to export those into 3D prints. So to do that again, go up to File, 3D Print, click on the actual component that you're looking for. Again, I'll click on the body, click OK. And then I'll name this something like 330 body. That way I can easily differentiate those. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing now for my component. Now, when we're actually in Cura, let's talk how we actually get these to be double colored prints, okay? So when I have my two individual files, I know these are different than the ones that I showed. What I need to do is just click on the individual piece itself, and then I can look down in the left-hand corner here and I can select the nozzle that I'm going to extrude from. So for instance, what I've done up top here is I've changed extruder 1 to be blue, I've changed extruder 2 to be white, and that's what you're going to see over on the left hand side here. So for instance, I want my text to be white, therefore I click on the text, change my extruder to printhead 2. So now I have one piece that is blue and one piece that is white. Now, instead of manually organizing these, I showed a previous video where I manually organized these, so you can see that I've been doing this for quite a while. And again, it is super simple in order to organize these two pieces together. So click on one piece, hold shift, click on the other piece. Just have both of them selected. I right click, go down to merge models, and just like that, they are perfectly aligned together. Okay. Again, it is super frustrating to see how easy this has been the whole time. I was reading a random article the other day and poof, there it was. So certainly frustrating, but really nice to know that this is easy to do, and hopefully this will save you a little bit of time. Now, let me show you just another example, just so you can see it does work with multiple different pieces. Okay, so now these pieces are going to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm going to save the first one. Again, same thing. I'm going to do the 2. So it's white. Click on one. Click on the other. Right click. Merge models. And then what I'm going to do is now that they're merged, they will both shrink at the same rate. You can see that they are perfectly aligned together. No difference between the two. It is absolutely perfect every time. You can drop that model down floor and we are good to go. It's perfect. It's just so easy, and I'm again disappointed I didn't think of it sooner, but excited to share that with you all. It's a very easy way to make Ultimaker Cura dual colored prints using that Ultimaker S3. All right, everybody, so that's the video, just a quick and easy one for you, showing you how to set up Ultimaker Cura and your Ultimaker S3 or any dual extruder printer in order to get dual colored prints just like these, right? Great quality, really sharp, really easy to do now that you actually know all the settings that Cura has to offer. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do that. If you were interested in the content, if you like 3D printing, electronics, DIY builds, I would love it if you liked and subscribed. Help me grow the channel as much as possible. And if you have any questions, anything you want to see, please feel free to leave them in the comments below or send me an email at kennedydiy01@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day.